Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of The Average EV. Today, we are going to be taking a trip to New York City. My wife and I have tickets to see a show, and I thought, why not take the Kona up to New York and see how it does? Additionally, I'm going to give a little behind the scenes on how I plan for a trip, just so I have an idea of what I'm getting myself into when I'm traveling with an electric vehicle. There's a lot of stuff going around, especially this past holiday weekend with road tripping and issues with chargers and whatnot, and the process I go through kind of helps mitigate any issues that could arise with a EV road trip. So I will catch you all on the flip side of the intro, and we're going to dig into it a little bit. All right, everybody. So for now, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes on how I plan for a trip. So first off, I use a better route planner when I'm traveling. It gives me a really good idea of what my state of charge is going to be when I arrive at chargers and at my destination. Additionally, I use PlugShare to make sure that the chargers I'm going to are going to be operational, because there's nothing worse than arriving at a charger that's not working. So first things first, I have here a better route planner. Now this is actually the internet application. I usually use it on my phone, but just so you'll have a bigger picture to stare at that's not in portrait mode, I thought this would be better. So here we go. I already have the trip planned out. It's definitely not going to take us this long tomorrow, but that it is what it is. Right now at 2:42, it's rush hour, so it's adding in the rush hour for Wilmington. But I want to show you all my car settings. Now this is what I charge it to. I use an OBD dongle. If you're not sure what that is, it's this little dongle, goes in, usually like they'll use it for like emissions testing and whatnot, but for EVs, you can connect it and you can look at all sorts of interesting data. A better route planner uses that information to most accurately plan your trip. And so say maybe you use more energy than you thought you would use, it would adjust and then give you a charger so that you don't run out of charge. But here's how I have it set up. I have my chargers and networks set up to just Electrify America and EVgo, but you can set it up however you want. I might have ChargePoint on there too, because my car, the Kona, is pretty good with the 62.5 kilowatt. You only lose like 10 kilowatts, so I have those as well. But you can do all sorts of things. You can set the number of stalls, all sorts of neat features there. Now for the battery, these are my preferences. So normally I don't care about my destination arrival state of charge, but since we're going to New York and I don't have to worry about charging in the city and whatnot, so I want to arrive in New York City with enough charge where I can get out, get on the turnpike and then find a charger on the way home. So that's why I have that set to 60%. The charger arrival state of charge, I have set to 2% because I like to be bold. Most people, you might want to set this to 5 or probably 10% would be best for the average person who doesn't want to worry and have that range anxiety. So I would set that to 10%. Charger max state of charge. So this is how fast the planning for the charges, sorry, not how fast, how much charge for the planning of your charges you want. So I have it set to 70% for this trip, just because there's I know I only have to do one charge, and if I had it set on 60, it tells me I have to do another charge. So I set it to 70, and then it gives me the perfect amount of charge to get into the city with my planned state of charge. And then the charging overhead is like the plugging in and like, finding the chargers and stuff like that. So you can plan whatever you want. I have 2 minutes because I'm pretty familiar with chargers, but if maybe you're not sure where you're going or you're not as good with getting in and out of the car, maybe add like 5 to 10 minutes of overhead, and that'll plan it in. Best case scenario, you get to your places faster than you think you're going to, based on the overhead. You can set the speed. This is just the standard speed, so I haven't really adjusted that at all. Vehicle, as of right now that I'm aware, I have zero degradation. I'm sure there's some degradation, but no notable degradation with my car yet. And then the initial vehicle temperature, that OBD dongle for me would set that up, and it would adjust it for the trip. Road conditions, I have real-time weather, and you can do avoid on route. Obviously, I'm gonna have to pay some tolls, so I don't want to check any of those or whatnot. So I really enjoy using a better route planner. The updates have helped it be more accurate and also usable. There's like the state of charge. Before I had the OBD dongle, I had to click and it just took forever. So you click that. It's obviously gonna be inaccurate right now, so I'm gonna change that to 100%, but not a big deal. All right, so there it is. And again, I'm setting my state of charge at 100%. That is what I'm gonna leave with. That way I can get as far as I can on one charge, and then we'll only charge up to 60 or so at our first charging stop on the way to New York. So now you can see the plan. It's leaving from my house. Says it's gonna take 4 hours and 20 minutes to the charger. And it says I'm gonna have a 32-minute charge, that's fine. And then we'll get into the city. Obviously my car is not the best road tripper, but we have nothing to do. So we already have a plan to stop, go run, get a drink, come back to the car, and then we'll be good to go. So yeah, that's kind of it with the better route planner. And if I were to click this, I've never actually used like my computer to navigate. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it just, does that. And then click this. Oh, there it is. So just telling you what to do. So you can certainly do that if you want. I'm not going to worry about it, and that's okay. Now, the other thing I said I use when traveling is PlugShare. And I want to show you why that's important. So here it says New Jersey Turnpike 400, Secaucus. I come here, I already have it pulled up, and this is the charger it's directing me to. It has an 8.8 score on PlugShare, which is good. So I know that this is a decently reliable charger. And again, I usually use the app, but I'm on the computer, so you have a bigger screen to look at. Shows me all the information, shows me how much it's gonna cost, 31, which is the standard rate, and I have the Pass Plus. All the accommodations and what's there. Oh, free toilets, coffee in store, that's good to know too. And then it shows the plug. So this is 3 plugs. Has a J1772. I've actually never been to an Electrify America with a J1772, so that's gonna kind of be cool to see. And then it says it has 3 stations of CCS, but it says it has 4 plugs, so that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna see what happens when we get there, but it says it's 150 kilowatt, and then it says it has the CHAdeMO 50 kilowatt. So maybe there's 2 CHAdeMO CCS units, and then 2, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, we'll see what happens when we get there. And then this is the most important thing that you wanna kind of look at prior to leaving is check-ins, and you wanna look at the check-ins closest to when you are going. So today's the 27th, we're going on the 28th. I'm definitely gonna check it tonight to see if people had any issues. But as of this moment, these last few people seem to have gotten a charge. Now I see this Nissan Leaf 24 kilowatts. That's interesting. It's been cold, so cars are gonna charge a little bit slower, I'm aware, so that's fine. This EV6 charging at 56 kilowatts is interesting to me as well, because that should charge way faster. So it could either be like their battery was ice cold and they went and charged. That's probably what happened. But I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. See if anybody has any more information here. This Audi e-tron was on the J1772. Interesting. All stations in use. Level 2 payment not working. 50 kilowatt working great for the Bolt, and that's as fast as the Bolt charges. Here, this ID4, tried 2 different stations. Screen said it would charge only to 80%, even though, weird. Yeah, usually it says 80 and then it knows if it goes past 100, so that's interesting. Mustang Mach-E, max charge is 88 kilowatts. But that's, it's definitely not Electrify America, James. It's your car and it's probably too cold. So make sure you want to make sure you either precondition your battery. I'm not sure if the Mach-E can. If someone wants to leave that in the comments, I really don't know. I don't drive the Mach-E or do a lot of research about it. So drop that in the comments if you know. But it's definitely the battery is too cold, and warm that up, and that would help. All right, I'm not going to scroll through all of these, but it looks like enough are working where hopefully we'll be have a nice, smooth trip. So again, that's kind of my pre-planning. I got everything done there. Looks like we're gonna be good to go. Chargers are working. Now, the only thing we have to do is go on the trip and hope it works out. If it doesn't, I did look up a couple backup options so that we're not stranded, but we'll see how it goes. Next thing you all will see is us starting our road trip from home, and I will catch you all in a little bit. All right, everybody, we're about to head out on the trip. I'm in the car, got 254 miles of projected range, which is more than enough to get us to New York, but I'm sure temperature will definitely play an effect. We are at 100%. Just a reminder, it's only recommended to charge up to 100% if you're going on a trip or a long trip. So we're ready to go, super excited. I'll fill you all in on a couple more things once we're on the road, but let's get out on the road and start heading up to New York City. All right, everybody, we're on one of our first 2 stops before we really get on the way, but I'm still counting all the mileage. We're still at 254 miles of projected range. State of charge display says 99.5%. Outdoor temperature -3 degrees Celsius or 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Battery temperature 9 degrees Celsius, min 11 degrees Celsius max, so that's mid to upper 40s, lower 50s. So the battery was warmer with me leaving it plugged in and turning on the climate, so that did help. I do have a garage though, and that obviously helps a lot with this vehicle. So my prediction, I'm thinking the consumption's gonna be right around, I'm gonna say 3, maybe like 2.9 because of the cold weather. We're gonna have the climate on and off. We're not gonna keep running it the entire time. So that's obviously gonna play a big factor. We're gonna live comfortably. So if we get cold, we'll have it on. If we're comfortable, we'll turn it off. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm upper 2s, lower 3s on the consumption, and we'll see how many miles we eke out on this trip. All right, everybody, we're officially heading out. It is currently, where's the time? 7:43. It is saying that we're going to arrive in New York at 12:22 p.m. We'll see if that's true. All right, but let's get on the road. And before that, we're actually gonna stop and get Starbucks, but then we'll get on the road. Here we go. All right, everybody, we are on the way. Got some holiday cheer. A couple days after Christmas. It is super sunny out, so I've got my my sunglasses on, and we're on the road. Again, my consumption's dropped down a little bit because we had the climate on while we were sitting at Starbucks waiting for a drink, but I think it'll rally a little bit, but not too much. Like I said, I think we're gonna stay around that 2.9 to 3 point something consumption. So let's see what happens, and let's get on the way. So we are on the way. We're gonna be heading into Delaware soon. So currently we have 72% state of charge. It's projecting we'll get to the first charger. It's recommending at 60%. Now, by my calculations, we should be able to make it to the ladder charger without charging. However, we are human and we need to use the restroom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this charger stop and we're gonna use the restroom and just get whatever we get while we're there and then move on our way. So if you ever have to take breaks on a road trip, they might as well be charging stops, right? So not gonna complain about that, and it'll help out a little bit. But you know, with this car, when we're at 60%, we're not gonna be pulling max speeds. It's definitely not gonna be worth our time if we just stop there to charge. But since we're going there for a reason, it's gonna be perfectly acceptable. All right, I will catch you all at the charging stop. Alright everybody, good news, bad news. Good news, we only have to do one charging stop now. Bad news, I skipped the exit somehow. I couldn't figure out how to get there, and next thing I knew, it was too late. So we're only gonna have to do one charging stop, which is cool, I'm fine with that. However, we still need to use the restroom. So we're going to pop into one of the lovely New Jersey Turnpike rest stops, and then get on with our trip. We're gonna make it nice and quick and then move on with our lives. Here we go. All right, everybody, we are making our descent down to our charger. Again, it projected originally 6%, but it's saying we're gonna get there with 11, probably maybe a little more, so feeling good about that. I definitely was slightly nervous, so we didn't run the heat the whole time, which is fine. She brought a jacket. She did a great job. I probably didn't have to be that cautious, but it's okay. Anyways, so we'll get there. We're gonna charge up decently so we don't have to worry about it in the city, and then we're gonna get on our way to our day. So I will catch you all in a little bit.
You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
All right, everybody, arrived here at Electrify America. There's actually a queue. The Taycan was ahead of us, so Taycan went in. There's a level 2, so we plugged into the level 2 to charge on until one of the fast chargers becomes available. And I've never seen one. So if you've never seen one, here it is. Level 2, Electrify America. It's only given 6.8 or something like that. But whatever, it's actually free, which I'm pretty pleased with. But yeah, we got 2 Niros and a Porsche Taycan. And I want to go show you what this this Niro is doing. So this Niro is at way here. I'm gonna walk around. See, I'll show you. This is a little inconsiderate. They're at 83%. They've been here for 47 minutes taking up a charger, and we're traveling, need to get to New York, and they're just wasting our time. So again, be considerate to other drivers. If you need to charge up to 100%, you don't do that at a charger, you do that at home. All right, everybody, we're here, finally got a spot. We're charging 55 kilowatts at 45%, so definitely slower because of the cold, but it's not horrible, nothing detrimental, fortunately. That's, I would say, probably 68 is what I should be getting, maybe 77 on a perfect condition, so I'll live with it. All right, over here we got some nice cars. I got an iX looking nice. There we go, killing it. And what are they pulling? 73. Looks like that is charging well for them. And in 17 minutes they pulled 23 kilowatts, and in 25 I pulled 22 kilowatts. So obviously a much better charging car. And then a classic, the Ioniq Electric. And let's see how fast the Ioniq Electric is charging. Let's see, 25 kilowatts, killing it. 20 minutes they've been here, 6 kilowatts, or they don't have as big a battery. There we go. So I wanted to take this moment to talk about dwell time, because I think it's an issue with this charging station. So it's at a Walmart, and there are 3 fast chargers that go up to 150 kilowatts and the 50 kilowatt chat amount. Problem is, people want to come here and shop, but they also want to charge their car. So someone comes here, parks so they can go, you know, shop, whatever, charge their car. Well, now they're taking up someone like us who's in a hurry. And honestly, it's neither of our fault for this situation. It's really Electrify America and Walmart for deciding to put this type of installation here. Now in their defense, this looks older and not updated. Let's see, these were installed, it never says, but it's been a while. And these are the BTC power. So I would say these are probably 2019, something like that. Anyways, they probably didn't know. And now there's a need for more chargers and it didn't work. So it is what it is. But if that guy, he had come out and moved his car at 80%, I would have already been charging about 20-30 minutes before I should have been. So it is what it is. And you know, we're gonna get charged up, go have an awesome day in New York. But they've definitely got to think this through. They need to start adjusting these sites so they can meet the demand, because the demand is increasing. And like we've seen in places like California and Europe, it just what they have here is not gonna cut it. All right, everybody, so I hopped in my car and look, we're charging at 69 kilowatts, 70 kilowatts. And actually when here, let me get this a little bit closer. And actually, well, when I got in, it was at 75 or 76. So it like just heated up. And I want to show you why. The reason why is the battery is at 26 to 28, which is ideal temperatures for charging. So it just took a little bit of time for the battery to warm up. Now we're good to go. We'll be leaving here very shortly, probably 5 minutes, and then on our way to New York. Awesome. Woo! Okay, we are on the way. Just for reference, because I didn't say this earlier, we've got 4 miles per kilowatt hour for the total trip. We're starting this new leg of our trip, so we'll have a new calculation for the next part. But yeah, we're on our way. It says 51 minutes. That can't be true. I just picked a random place in New York City to navigate to, so we'll certainly be there prior to that. All right, here we go to the Big Apple. Everybody, we are leaving New York City. We're on the way home. We've got I think 2 charging stops planned. I might change the second one just based on my personal opinions, but we'll see how that goes. The overall trip consumption is 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour. Right now I got 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour, and that's just from leaving New York City, so I'm sure that'll go up. Okay, everybody, let's try this again. Always pack extra battery or a charging cable for your GoPro. Lesson learned. Anyways, just left New York City. We're on our way. Like I just said, if I left it in the video, 2 charging stops. I think I'm actually gonna adjust my second charging stop, but I'll explain that when we get there why I chose to do that. But yeah, we're on the way. It was a nice time. Saw Mike Birbiglia. He was super funny. Probably by the time this comes out, the show will be over, but if it's not, you should go see Mike Birbiglia, Old Man in the Pool. Very funny. He's definitely a certain type of comedy, but he's like my exact type of comedy, so glad I was able to tag along with my wife to go see her favorite comedian. So that's all I've got for you all now. Oh, a couple stats. Let me give you a couple stats. We got 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour for the trip total, 237.7 miles so far traveled. And then right now for this leg, which should have been from the last time we charged, is 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So I'm sure that's gonna go, it already has gone up since we left the city, so I'm sure we'll continue to go for the rest of the trip. I will catch you all up in a little bit, and see ya. All right, everybody, we are here at Electrify America, Newcastle, Delaware. It's a great install. It's a new one. I'm gonna show everybody in a little bit. There's the Kona, killing it. Heading this way, we actually hit a big headwind, and so our consumption was a little bit more than would have desired, but it's all good. We're still gonna be way above what I was estimating for this trip. All right, let's flip the camera around, see what we're getting speed-wise. All right, so right now we're getting 52 kilowatts. This is a little slower than I thought I'd get at 10%. So we'll see how that goes. My battery was pretty warm, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe once the cables warm up a little bit, temperature will go up. All right, so here it is. Great install, new chargers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chargers. Yep. I think there goes a Tesla. Got the spaceship noise. I don't know if y'all heard that. Yeah, but this station's looking really, really good. And then I wanted to show one more thing. This charger on the end, it is complimentary session. So I wonder what's up with that. Complimentary session. So, I almost want to plug in to see why it's a complimentary session. I don't need to charge up that much, so maybe I'll charge up enough, come over here, plug in, and then see why these are complimentary. All right, everybody, we are here at EVgo. All right, I've been at this installation before. Cricket is still down. Poor Cricket, but it is what it is. Davin's helping us out today. Again, I say this every time, but I love that they're named. And we are gonna get the plug and charge experience. If you haven't watched that video already, I show how to use Auto Charge Plus on EVgo, and it just works. So let's see how it goes. All right, here we are. We got Davin, my boy. He's gonna charge us up. Oh, let me unlock that. My key's in the car. This is awkward. I'm gonna leave it in though. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta leave in the reality. There we go. All right. Take it. We plug it in. It's yellow. Need some juice. And let's see. Initiating session. Plug and charge. Auto Charge Plus. EVgo. Killing it. All right. I'll let that get started. Again, Latania's looking good. Poor Cricket. And Cricket's been down for a while. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I was here, but Cricket was still not working. Izzy down here doing her thing. Just living life. Oh, just heard the cabinet fire up. There we go. All right. What do we got? 52. A little bit of a bummer. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit. Maybe the cables are a little cool. These should be, I always forget if these are 200 or 100 kilowatt stations. Regardless, my car doesn't charge that fast, so we should be getting full power. So it's probably cold. It'll warm up a little bit. And we'll get what we need to be. All right, everybody. There we go. Boom, 76 kilowatts. So the inlet just randomly jumped up. I was looking at the OBD. So I don't know. I want to think that's not accurate that it just randomly jumps up almost 8 degrees, but whatever. Inlet's up, 76 kilowatts. It's gonna stay here for a little bit longer and then move on. One quick thing with EVgo, just a reminder, at least for now, as of 2022 December, they charge per minute. So if your car charges slower than, in my opinion, I would say 55 kilowatts, really 60, but 55 because I think it's like 20 cents. So it kind of works out for people a little bit under 60, but that's basically, you know, 1 kilowatt a minute if you're doing 60. Anything above, like if you charge faster than 60, then you're, you know, saving money than like Electrify America. But if it's under, you're gonna start to lose money because of the time-based billing. So it might be worth going to another station that is charged on the kilowatt hour, but I suspect EVgo is gonna have to change this eventually. They can't keep up with this forever. But yep, like EVgo, almost done, and then we're gonna head out. All right, here we go. Unplug in. There we go. And thank you. And again, so 24 minutes, but 25 kilowatt hours dispensed. So I actually saved a little money comparatively because of the per minute. There's a nice Rivian over there. He lives where I live. So he just picked it up today. Having a little bit of trouble with the EV Go, but I helped him out and he's good to go now. Okay, everybody, so I'm just gonna do a little wrap up here. That way, as soon as I get home, I can go to sleep because it is a little bit late and I'm a little bit tired. First off, just a couple things about the EV Go station. It worked well for me. The guy in the Rivian came. He was having issues trying to figure out like which charger, because he'd only ever used Electrify America, so I helped him out a little bit, got him going. But it was initially saying 77 kilowatts, which is interesting. And then I asked him if he had put in the charging destination, and he did. So it should have preconditioned, because I'm pretty sure Rivian's preconditioned. So I thought that was kind of interesting, that it wasn't getting the max speeds. So then I was trying to figure out another mystery, because on the side of the dispenser it says 125 amp max, and my car was receiving 200 amps because I have the OBD. So I wonder if it's a typo, or maybe I'm just misunderstanding something. So if anybody knows what's up with these units, and these are the 200 kilowatt units from EV Go, I'd love, please drop that down. That can kind of be an appendix to this video, because I'm very interested as to why it says 125 amp output max on the side, but I was getting more than that. And then also too, if it's supposed to be a 200 kilowatt charger, then it's got to output way more than 125 amps. So I don't know what's going on there. And then I was trying to figure out, well, maybe if they're just advertising that with like an 800 volt car, could potentially with 250 amps get that 200 kilowatt speed. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mystery to me. So if anybody out there has the answer, just tap it down there, type it down there. Again, I'm just the average EV, so I don't know all the science stuff. I do watch a bunch of videos and read a bunch of stuff so I can be more informed and get that information to you all. But this is a little bit above my pay grade. Maybe I'll do a little research, and there will be some text floating down here if I find anything regarding what's going on with these 200 kilowatt units for EV Go. Anyways, it was a great trip. Currently we're averaging 3.6 miles per kilowatt for consumption. I'm gonna get a video of the final consumption when we get home, but I suspect that will probably stay around there, maybe go up a tick, but not too much. But that's still better than, I was thinking high twos, low threes, so mid threes. I'm pretty pleased with that. So way to go, Kona. It's been pretty much cold the entire time we've been driving. It was 28 this morning, degrees Fahrenheit, and right now it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's been about that cold since we left. So it's been cold weather. We're not super cold. The car's done well. It's taken a little bit of time at the chargers to get the inlet temp up enough so that we get the max charging speed for the Kona, which is 77 kilowatts, but it did happen. Proud of you, Kona. Great work. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, please give us a like and a subscribe. Additionally, if you know anyone who just got an EV or who's thinking about it, please share my channel, my videos to them. I go to a bunch of charging stations, and I see people having issues or not using them properly or not really understanding what's going on. And I think the content I have can help those people kind of have a more enjoyable and successful experience with their EV. I'm not saying charging and EVs are perfect yet, but I think they're definitely livable and manageable right now, and I hope that they'll get better over time. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.